The Godfather Part II is a 1974 film directed by Francis Ford Coppola. The film is both a sequel and a prequel to the first film from 1972. Frequently present on lists of the best films of all time, The Godfather Part II is one of the rare cases of a good sequel to a great first film. While the first film maintains the focus on the Corleone family already well established in American lands, the Part 2 has much more connection with the family's Italian origins. The film opens with scenes in Italy and develops from there. We follow a young boy named Vito Andolini, who has to leave his homeland, fleeing the brutality of the Sicilian mafia, to start a new and lonely life in America. Although we have many great scenes in the film, I would like us to pay attention to one that occurs right at the beginning: the arrival of the young Vito Andolini at Ellis Island in New York.
Where are you from? What is your name? What is your name?
Come on, son. What is your name?
Tuo nome? Vito Andolini from Corleone.
Corleone. Vito Corleone.
Okay. Over there. Next. Your name.
Tell him he has smallpox, quarantine 3 months.
Il dottore ha detto che hai il vaiolo, devi andare per 3 mesi in quarantena all'isola Ellis.
Vito Corleone. Vito Corleone.
There he is. This is him.
Firstly, we can see that most people on the ship move forward evenly. Vito, in turn, walks in a straight line, cutting through the crowd. He looks at the same place as the others, but moves in another direction. Symbolically, Vito has the same interests as the people who arrive in America: building a life, starting a family, and getting rich. But, at the same time, he thinks and acts differently from others to achieve these goals. In the sequence, we can see a ship going out of focus and giving way to the Statue of Liberty. The name of this ship is Moshulu. Moshulu is a word of indigenous origin derived from the Seneca language used by the Iroquois. Moshulu means the one who fears nothing. The word is a direct reference to young Vito, who is just a child trying to live in a new world. Everyone observes the Statue of Liberty with some admiration. The scene is deeply symbolic. The statue represents the land of opportunities that America offered in the early 20th century. Today we all have Google to visit any tourist spot in the world. But imagine an immigrant coming from a small Italian village and seeing that huge statue appearing on the horizon. At the same time that everyone admires the symbolism of the statue, Vito remains impassive, cold, almost expressionless. Once again we have the symbolism. Vito is in the same condition as other people, but acting differently. The entire building scene serves to show how strange this new world is. The environment is chaotic and confusing, noisy, but at the same time it has strict rules. Look how one of the police officers carries Vito by the arm like a criminal. Here we have a very interesting contrast. There's a little girl crying accompanied by her mother. At the same time, Vito, in the same situation, all by himself, expresses nothing. We also have a great diversity of people in this place. We see white, black, women, men, young and old. Symbolically, the scene shows us two characteristics of America that Vito is about to discover. First, it's a land where everyone can find their place in the midst of chaos. Secondly, this confusion is caused by bureaucracy. Everyone there mingles just to pass by a table and answer simple questions. The proof of this bureaucracy is that the number stamped on each person's chest is much larger than their name, which is right below it. Soon after, another good example of state bureaucracy. As soon as Vito goes to be attended to, the officer seems to treat him with some affection, calling him son.
Come on, son. What is your name?
Initially, he seems genuinely concerned about knowing the boy's name. However, this changes a second later. The assistant officer informs him that the boy's name is Vito Andolini from Corleone.
Your name?
Tuo nome. Vito Andolini from Corleone.
Corleone. Vito Corleone.
The older officer, however, just writes down Vito Corleone. He was never worried about Vito's real name. His interest is just to remove one person from the line in front of him. Again, total bureaucracy. The doctor scene is also symbolic. Vito is the only child there. The scene serves to show us that he is entering a world of adults. The doctor says that Vito is sick and will have to remain under observation for 3 months. Everything is cold and without feelings. Once again, the film shows that Vito is entering a world that is extremely hostile for a child. It's a way of symbolic showing us that Don Corleone was not created by chance. He is the result of the world he entered. The next scene is dark. All that America of opportunity seemed to be converted into a dark hall surrounded by echoes. In the background, someone calls out for Vito Corleone.
Vito Corleone. Vito Corleone.
When the camera shows us Vito, we see that his face is partially lit. Faces divided between light and shadow are always used in cinema to demonstrate dualities or dilemmas. In this case, I believe that Vito is torn between carrying his real name, Andolini, or accept the name given to him, Corleone.
There he is. This is him.
When the police officer says, "This is him," it's the exact moment that Andolini dies and Corleone is born. Someone slams the door off-screen and we only hear the loud echo. At the same time, Vito approaches a window and sees the Statue of Liberty again. This time, the soundtrack is not as exciting as the previous scene. Vito observes the statue through the glass. Symbolically, he sees her in a different way than he did before. All the chaos had disappeared. There is no more noise. There are no more people everywhere. No more obscure halls or bureaucratic staff. There is only a young boy and his freedom. Vito finally becomes an American.